Since they opened the doors back in 2013, this food bank in the heart of Arnold has served more than 50,000 people, and around this time every year, they struggle to meet the growing number of those needing a bit of extra help to fill the plates on their tables. This year is likely to be no different. Launching their winter appeal today, they say nearly 2/3 of all the people coming through their doors this year did so for the first time, but the help they're able to offer is dwindling, with the equivalent of 3 tons fewer donations handed in here at their base. Manager Helen Lloyd says more than 1/3 of those who need food are children, the equivalent of an entire primary school, and because of growing demand, they're spending more in a month than they used to in a whole year.
I spent over £3,500 to keep the stocks up, and I was still needing to spend some more the week after. You know, it's an ongoing thing. £1,200 isn't unusual for me to spend on stock for a week. We spend more now in a month than we used to do in a whole year, just sort of post-COVID or pre-COVID.
The numbers of those over 65 who go to the food bank for help is at the highest rate ever, and the situation is tougher than last year. Their area manager, Jenny Farrell-Bird, says 65% of those turning up are new users asking for food donations.
At Arnold Food Bank, in the last year, they fed over 7,500 people just in the last year alone. And 65% of those people used a food bank for the first time. So we're seeing more and more people being pushed into financial crisis and needing to come and use the food bank charities.
The service's costs have increased by more than 1/3 due to the rising costs in food and the fall in donations. Helen says she's seen a big number of people coming here after being evicted by their landlords.
Through no fault of their own, find themselves having to leave their accommodation. You know, everything's been fine, and then they get served a Section 21 no fault eviction notice. This particular family ended up in hotel accommodation. I wouldn't even call it bed and breakfast because they don't get breakfast. And they were there for about 6 months, and that's not unusual.
With the government announcing the cuts to winter fuel payments for those not in receipt of pension credit, staff here are bracing for a busy period helping people to get through Christmas. But with Chancellor Rachel Reeves due to outline her budget at the end of October, it remains to be seen what further support is on offer for struggling families. Jordan Guerrero for Nuts TV.